Dan Glad here. Thank you for joining me for this Operation Greatness podcast number 100. This is a very special turning point right here. I want you to really hear this message because, and I'm telling you like it is, it might sound abrasive, I don't want you to go into fear. That's the key thing here. Keep your frequency high. You are responsible for one thing primarily, and that's where you are giving your power based on where you are giving your attention. Because your focus is what you create in your life. So, really hear these words. You are unknowingly serving Satan if you are not consciously serving God. Let me say that again. I want you to really feel the truth within these words. You are unknowingly serving Satan if you are not consciously serving God. This is an absolute. Notice the inner truth detection system you have, and that feeling, that intuition, that knowing is, wow, this is extremely important for me to hear because what he's saying is spot on and I need to pay attention to that. You're getting that inner knowing, right? Because it's an absolute. Because after all, you are God's instrument for miracles in the world. You, yes, you. That's how important your focus is. That's how important your attention is, because you know what they say, attention is currency in the modern world. Where are you giving your power? Because that is where you are choosing to give your attention. That is what you are empowering, what you are making stronger. So how were you unknowingly serving Satan if you were not consciously choosing to serve God? Well, this is where we must be real here. The world, which means, I'm not talking about the people in the world, I'm talking about the structures of the world, the institutions that corral people, let's put it that way, they, like the school system, the education system, that's been one of the most blatant, egregious areas where we were serving evil. And this is not just unknowingly, it's knowingly as well. The minute we saw the first picture of like a tranny reading hour that children were forced to attend, that was like the moment of giveaway that our education system has been corrupted by evil. And that was right there, the first time you saw that happening anywhere. That should have been kind of like, the Paul Revere and the Raiders, like the one if by land, two if by sea, when the British invasion, when the tyranny is coming onto our shores. That was kind of like that moment. Well, they're they're in our schools now, and that means the rallying call of every honorable man and woman and child stepping up and saying, no, this is abhorrent. This is unconscionable. My children you have no business abusing, violating, betraying my children and me, my trust in you, by putting this toxic pollution, poison into the minds of my children, of our children. And so that's knowingly serving Satan. Confusing our children, that's abusing them. That's emotional abuse. It's obvious. Everybody knows that, right? Because there is a man and there is a woman. There is nothing in between there. It's an absolute. Anyway, that's the most obvious, unconscionable example of it. And yet, I mean, so the school education system, the government school education system, is a complete violation of every one of us. It's a violation of the family, of man, woman, children, of God. I mean, the family unit is the building block of society, the basic building block, and then we have from there neighborhoods. And how many of your neighbors do you even know anymore? When was the last time you were social and friendly with your neighbors, other than maybe like, hi, how's it going? How are the kids? On your way to work or something. I mean, like one time I did this. Actually, this was for an interview that I did that's on medium.com. It was the, I think it was the 5 actions that every parent must take to end the epidemic of loneliness in our children. I mean, we're talking about that in our Liberty Vanguard Alliance, which you're going to be a key leader within the Liberty Vanguard Alliance. By the way, everything that we're doing here, make sure that you're doing this yourself at godjv.com. godjv.com. Do this there. Partner with us there, because this is where you are consciously serving God. You are partnering with God. We are all coming together and doing the work required of every one of us now. So, I mean, it's blatantly obvious that the whole education system, the whole public schools, and I don't know if private schools are any better, I doubt it. And that's completely abhorrent. That's like a complete violation and betrayal of decency, morality, of the responsibility and trust that we as parents have placed within the school system. And that's the top priority to me for every one of us, to undo that knowingly serving Satan, that institution of higher indoctrination, that we must all take it upon ourselves to lead the unraveling, while we're expelling evil from our lives and our world. That's what we're all doing together at godjv.com. So make sure that you're partnering with us there and you're leading, inspiring, challenging, transforming, and liberating every one of your online friends. Because this is required of every one of us now, because we're consciously serving God and we're expelling evil everywhere it still remains. So that's just one example, the education system. What about government? I mean, that the whole, well, I mean, we could make a laundry list a mile long about the betrayals of government. And I'm not talking about like the leftists or, one party. Yes, one is more gullible, shall we say. And yes, it started there. And, I call it the party of violence because, well, anyway, I mean, the examples are so outrageous there. And yet it's also the Republicans just as much. I mean, is there anyone in Congress whom we actually can trust to serve the people, to honor the oath of office that they swore on the Bible? And I mean, the right hand on the Bible and their left hand anyway. And what about local government, state government, county board, city council, school board? I mean, we're so much misaligned because unknowingly serving Satan, because of how we got distracted by the dumbing device. I mean, how many people, their whole world is this dumbing device, and they don't even see like their spouse or their children like sitting on the table with them anymore. If everybody is on here and it's just like we're stuffing our face with poison and the whole food system, I mean, that's pretty obviously serving Satan and betraying humanity. I mean, if you just look at the list of common, well-known global brands, where in the UK and Europe, the EU, they don't allow this poison to be in those foods, quote unquote foods. Why the hell are we allowing them to be dumping that crap in the food that we eat and our children eat? How is that even conceivable? You're unknowingly serving Satan if you are not consciously serving God. So make sure that you are consciously partnering with us in serving God and humanity and the family and our children and the earth at godjv.com. So, I mean, we could go on and list every institution that there is. I mean, just this whole fraud thing in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I mean, that's just one example. I mean, what a Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, under Elon Musk's leadership or guidance originally, and I think he set it up. What did they say? Like $2 billion of fraud they were going to uncover every year, I think. And then, just this one example of that with these daycare centers in Minneapolis that are empty and they're getting, millions of dollars from taxpayers, and the whole Somali, that's just, as they say, the tip of the iceberg. And it's probably that way in every blue state for sure. And, New York, California, I mean, that's like, oh my, you're unknowingly serving Satan if you're not consciously serving God. Can you get any more? I don't know how you can betray the people you are hired to serve than Gavin Newsom, for example, Greasy Gavin. Can you get any more evil and disgusting and abhorrent than that? I don't know. I mean, Tim Walz made a great effort to try to get the record for most egregious violations, but anyway, it's up to us to write all of this, and we're doing that together through consciously serving God at godjv.com. Because here's the thing, it is about your frequency. Everything is frequency. So right now, how brightly are you shining your light? How strong are you in your center, consciously serving God? And that means being of greater service to more people. That means doing the work because, I mean, well, let's be upfront about all of this and honest with each other about every aspect of this. When was the last time that you saw a big hand reach down from the sky and offer people bags of gold? God works through you. You first receive God. You open to the gift your life is meant to be. You are God's instrument for miracles, after all. It is through you that God is blessing the world. Can that be any more obvious than it is? I mean, it should be so clear already. By you dedicating your life to being of service, you are dedicating your life to serving God, right? And this is why you are here on the planet now during this monumental turning point in human history, where all of us are coming together as the human race, as our human family, and we're coming from love. We're coming from peace, prosperity, service. We're focusing on your reason for being is to make as much of a difference as you can to as many people as you can. The more you're serving others, the more happy you are, the more fulfilled your life is, the more meaningful your life is, the more successful you are, the better you feel about yourself, the more wealthy you are. All of that comes out of serving more people. So right here, when we're all going and doing, we're partnering with God and serving humanity, which means we are serving God consciously through godjv.com. You are leading, inspiring, transforming, and liberating every one of your online friends, sharing this message with them through your link, and all of us are making as much of a difference as we can to as many people as we can. And this is the work of every one of us. This is how we are consciously serving God. And that means we're keeping our frequency high. We're not distracting ourselves from our purpose, our power, our potential, our reason for being, which is making as much of a difference as we can. No, we're honoring that. We are living that. That's how every one of us is here to live. Is there any question about this? This is how you are consciously serving God. That's how you are allowing God to move through you into the world to be that blessing. You are God's instrument for miracles, after all. You feel that, you know it. You were always meant for so much more. I mean, just as a for instance, as an example, so you see how this works. Right now, lead, inspire, transform, and liberate, doing a little more right now and being of greater service to more people. Lead all of your friends into this Operation Greatness podcast number 100. Make sure every one of them is doing this through your link, your GodJV, well, it's actually your Vanguard Freedom Money link that you're getting through godjv.com, because we're talking about the Liberty Vanguard Alliance, and all of us as sons of liberty in the Sovereign Council of the Liberty Vanguard Alliance, every one of us is doing what we are here to do. So by you just getting 1,200 of your online friends to do this through your Freedom Money link, all 1,200 people doing this themselves, and then them each leading their 1,200 people. So you're getting all of your online friends, but let's just use 1,200 as an illustration here, to do this through your Freedom Money link that you got through godjv.com when you became part of my Liberty Vanguard Alliance and you led your own, and then you led all of your online friends through your Freedom Money link into joining your Liberty Vanguard Alliance, your 1,200 people getting their 1,200 people. You, my friend, have now transformed the lives of 1,440,000 people. How many people in history have had that level of impact? There's been a few people, right? Maybe there's been, what, hundreds of people, maybe even low thousands of people. And yet, those 1,440,000 people getting their 1,200 people, and that's all because of you doing this yourself right here through godjv.com. That means you now have transformed the lives of 1,728,000,000 people. Just from getting your 1,200 people doing this right here now through your Vanguard Freedom Money link that you got through godjv.com, and then your 1,200 getting their 1,200, and then those 1,440,000 people getting their 1,200, and you, my friend, have transformed, you have liberated 1,728,000,000 people. I mean, really hear this message. This is how you are knowingly serving God, consciously doing everything in your power to be of greater service to more people, honoring your destiny because you are God's instrument for miracles. You know this, you feel it, you trust it, and now you're living it. You're consciously serving God and every one of us, and you are coming from love. You are coming from peace. You are remaining in your center, in your power, in your purpose, and you're having the impact. It is your destiny, it is your gift, it is your duty to have. All through godjv.com. You're partnering with God. And you're working with every one of us in being of greater service, as we are all doing now together. And you're keeping your frequency high, you're staying focused, you're in your power, you're in your center, you're living your purpose, and we're all doing the work required of every one of us now. You know this is what's required of you right here as God's instrument for miracles, right? So make sure that you're joining us in doing this and living this, because you are the example, the inspired visionary leader of everyone connected with you and everyone in your local area as well. Your success is what is demonstrating to everyone around you what's possible for them, how much more they're capable of achieving and living. You are that inspired example for every one of us, especially your children. And they are then that example for their friends as well, right? This is how humanity came together, coming from love, peace, joy, happiness, abundance, prosperity, wealth, success, all of us living our divine design, duty, destiny, dharma. This is our duty. Every one of us is required to do this now. So you are showing the way, you are leading the way, and your success is what is most inspiring to everyone around you. This is all, we're all helping you and serving you as much as we can within the Liberty Vanguard Alliance, especially the Sons of Liberty and the Sovereign Council. So start where you can, start where you are. Do this full on, giving this everything that you have. This is the inspired, empowered focus for every one of us to have now, because we are consciously serving God and living our best lives, being of greater service, making as much of a difference as we can to as many people as we can. So you are the example of how much more is possible for every one of us and how much more is now required of every one of us. And we're all doing this, supporting each other through godjv.com. Thank you. Share your thoughts about this now and lead, inspire, transform, and liberate every one of your online friends, getting them to do this through your Vanguard Freedom Money link that you got yourself at godjv.com. Thank you very much.